It's another comedy short by Flex. Hey everybody, it's Flex, and I got a comedy short for all you motherfuckers. I hope you like it. Here it goes. One time when I was a kid, me and my cousins Derry and Sue decided we wanted to go swimming, but we didn't want to go to the municipal pool in town. We wanted to try something else out, so we decided we'd ride our bikes out to Beaver Ground, or what the fuck was it? Beaver Trails Campground. And we get about halfway there. I suppose it was a 5-10 mile ride. We get about halfway there, and Gary gets a flat tire. We're like, oh fuck, what the fuck are we gonna do? So we spy this farmhouse about a half-mile away. So we start pedaling over there, and poor Gary had to walk his bike. But anyway, we get there and knock on the door, and the farmer's pretty cool, and he's like, yeah, I got a compressor, but you tell you what, now when you put air in that tire, you be careful. Because he said, that son of a bitch will blow up faster than a balloon. Well, we weren't paying attention as usual because we was kids. We didn't give a fuck what he said. And we're sitting there blowing the tire up. Jerry's standing next to it, and I'm blowing it up. Sure as shit, the goddamn inner tube jumped the bead, and that fucking thing swelled like a balloon. And BAM! Went off in his ear. Folded him up like a jackknife. Funniest goddamn thing I ever seen. Poor motherfucker. I bet he lost 10% of his hearing right there. Funniest thing. Goddamn. Anyway, this has been Flex. I hope you enjoyed that shit. And we'll talk to you next time. Everybody used to think it was funny to fuck with Grandpa Green's dog, clap at it and shit. It was a little fucking poodle about this big, and he was just meaner than hell. And all us kids, we thought it was funny to clap at him and make him bark, and bark back at him and jump at him until the little fucker bit you. Then it wasn't funny anymore. Hey, all you motherfuckers, this is Flex. Got a little video comedy short for you. It's pretty funny. This one as a little kid. Me and the neighbor kid decided one Friday we was going to make a plane. So we got some plywood and cut out like triangular shape, for the fucking wings, and we got some 2x4s and nailed them together for the fuselage and stuff, and nailed some little seats up and shit out of some 2x4s, and took roller skates and strapped them onto the wings into the 2x4s so we'd have something to get some speed up. And I lived in town when I was a kid, but where we lived had been rural, so we still had a barn for a garage. And it had barns have a 2-tier roof, most of them, and because they use it for storing hay in the loft. And next to the barn itself was a lean-to. So we got this genius idea. We put a ramp at the bottom of the lean-to part of the shed, and we got the airplane up there, and we took some nails and stuff and nailed and roped the other side of the barn roof, and then roped up the plane and got it all ready to go, and got a knife. And I yelled for my dad. And my dad comes to the door, and he's standing there looking out there. And I can see him going, no, just as I cut the rope, and I can't hear anything over the fucking sound of the plane going down the hill. Smash, crash, and boom, we hit the shed, and we're still moving. I mean, we were picking up speed. We were moving, and we get down to the bottom. And at the bottom, we had a ramp built. It was about 3 feet wide, and curved at about, I don't know, 60 degrees. So, I mean, it was a pretty steep ramp. We weren't too smart. We was dumb fucking kids. What did we know? Anyway, we took that fucking ramp and clean off. Smack! Hit the ground. Neighbor kid runs into me, breaks 3 of my ribs, busts my nose. Oh, it was funnier than shit. Good times, good times. I mean, the motherfucker just crushed me. My poor dad, I felt sorry for him. Damn near give him a heart attack. Anyway, this has been Flex. I hope you had a laugh, motherfuckers. Yeah, this is Flex. Disclaimer on this one. It's not politically correct, so if you don't like it, fuck you. Alright? So here you go, motherfuckers. Here's a little comedy short. When I was a kid, there was this retarded kid that used to hang around, and he used to chase like the fire trucks and the cops and stuff when the fire trucks go by on his bike. He called his bike his cruiser. And it had the mirrors on it, and the fucking bells and whistles and shit and all that. Well, anyway, one time he was out getting ready to take a dip in the pool when we were all at the municipal pool. And he noticed there was some kids standing around his cruiser and shit, kind of looking at it, checking it out, fucking with it early. And he's like, comes over by the fence and he's like, "Hey, you guys, get away from my cruiser!" And they wouldn't do it, man. And he started getting pissed, and he like ran back around outside the pool, and a bunch of us ran around back outside the pool to see what was gonna happen, And he goes up and grabs the one kid, man, and starts shaking him, And he's like, "Don't mess with my cruiser, man!" So we started like grabbing chunks of like blacktop and throwing them at him and hitting him in the head and shit. And they were bouncing off his head, and he's like, "Oh, that hurts," and stuff. And like fucking, he was getting all freaked out. It was pretty funny. Finally, he like went and got his towel and got on his cruiser and left. That made me laugh funnier as shit, man. I mean, fucking don't get better than that. What a cruiser. I mean, loser. Anyway, this has been Flex with a politically incorrect comedy bite. Yeah, one time. Oh, cut. Take two. Yeah, this is Flex, a little comedy short for you motherfuckers. Yeah, one time, seeing some of my buddies were getting drunked up and shit, and we were pretty wasted. And had been doing who knows what else, and anyway, there was this apartment building of the one friend that we hung out at, and we were standing around like in his backyard, and there was this tree that was about 6 inches around, and I decided I didn't like it. So I got in a 3-point stance and then did a blue 48 on it and took it off right at the base. Just snapped the fucker right off. Funniest fucking thing I ever seen. But I bet them motherfuckers are pissed. Anyway, this has been Flex with a little comedy short for you. Yeah, when he was still alive. Oh, cut. Take two. Hey motherfuckers, it's Flex with a little comedy short for you today, and this is a funny one. This is an impersonation of somebody who's dead. It's always funnier when they're dead because then they can't say nothing about it. My wife, her grandfather, he was notoriously cheap. I mean, this son of a bitch, if you grabbed a penny and he grabbed a penny, within less than 5 seconds, you'd have copper wire, because I mean, that's how cheap he was. And anyway, he went to the entertainment center up in Duluth to go to a car show or something, or some kind of a rally of some sort. And he's telling, here to tell a story like this. He tells like this. I got there and pulled up, and the son of a bitches, they wanted $2 for parking. I said, $2 to park? You go to hell, you sons of bitches. Well, I give the robbers $2 and parked. And I got up to the front door and I went in and hung my coat up, and I come over to the stand. I wanted a hot dog. I was hungry. I looked up there. $1.50 for a hot dog. $1.50. I looked at him. I said, $1.50 for a hot dog? You go to hell. I can go to the grocery store and get a pack of buns for $1 and a pack of hot dogs for $1.25 and have a whole sack of hot dogs. Well, I was hungry, so I bought one anyway, but I told him to go to hell. And that's the way the fucker was, man. He was like that all the time. He talked like that. He was funnier than shit. No, he's dead. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. No, you gotta laugh, motherfuckers. This was Flex.